Hey everybody, it's Kyle. Today I want to do a quick video about how you can get a break. And it's something my wife does that's pretty slick. And I'm sure it'll work for you too, because of all the people I've told about it, it's always worked. So, and I want to start by telling you that a while back, my wife, sometimes I would come home from work and we had small children with, you know, two kids on the spectrum with, we'll call it 2-year-old twins, typical. And sometimes I would come home from work and my wife would be exhausted, as can be expected from working with those kids all day. And she would, sometimes I would come to the front door and she would see me coming and she would just stick one of the kids out towards me and say, "You take them, I've had enough. I need to get out of the house for a little while." And certainly that makes sense. I know she's tired and worn out, but it doesn't mean it really set well with me, because I had worked a long day. I was tired and I was worn out too. And sometimes it would make me, I'll call it, seethe a little bit, right? What does she think? I just sat around all day and did nothing? I'm tired too. Don't just throw the kids at me and leave. And it would kind of bother me a little bit. Well, one day it all changed, and I'm not sure where she learned this, but so I came in to the house and she walked up to me and she put her arms around my neck and she looked at me with her beautiful greenish eyes and she said, "I'm so glad you're home, Kyle. You know what? I missed you and you're my hero. I'm so glad you're here. Would it, you know, the kids were kind of tough today. Would it be okay with you if I just took an hour and ran off just to get away from them? You know, I'm so glad that you're home to take care of them, and you're such a great husband and father, and they're looking forward to playing with you. Is that okay?" And I said, "Sure, yeah, no problem. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Anything I can do for you, babe." And she left. And, you know, it turns out she started doing that more and more often. And every time she would do it that way, come to me and say, one time I think she said, "Yeah, you know what? You're my knight in shining armor. I'm so happy you're home. I missed you." And every time she would do that, I would say, "Of course, yeah, I'll take care of things around here. You just go. Take a break, get away." And it was interesting to me because, you know, I'm no idiot. Well, maybe I am. It took me a while to figure this out, but turns out she had just changed her approach to me. She was getting the same stuff. She needed a break real bad, and the kids had been hard on her that day. But her approach was so different that it made me want to let her run off. Instead of me being frustrated because she threw the kids at me and left, as if I wasn't tired too, now I felt like a hero to her, and I couldn't wait to take care of the kids and do what she needed me to do so she could get a break. And it got me to think a little bit. You know, after I started to figure out what was going on, it was pretty interesting because I didn't really care, because it felt so good when she said I was her hero. And it felt so good when she wrapped her arms around my neck and, you know, squeezed me tight and gave me a kiss, that I knew what she was doing and she knew what she was doing, but I didn't really care. I just liked it. And it got me to thinking about how when we change our approach to those kinds of things, how we can really get what we want, first of all, which is she wanted to get away, but make the other person feel so good about it. And that was kind of her secret. And it was pretty interesting because after I figured out what she was doing, I told her, "I know what you're doing." And she said, "It doesn't really matter. That's how I feel. So I'm going to keep saying it. And you know, hopefully you'll understand it's sincere." And the truth is, it was. And it is sincere. She still does it to me. I know what she's doing. I know she's manipulating me to get what she wants, which is a break. But when she puts it in that way, I feel so good about it that I can't wait to let her go do what she needs to do. So, ladies, here's the point. If you need a break and your husband comes home, instead of saying, I've had enough, I'm leaving, and your husband being frustrated and maybe even argue with about it and fighting with you, just try that method. Put your arms around his neck. It may freak him out a little bit, because it did for me the first time she did it, because I wasn't ready for it and it was new. But let me tell you something, I melted. And the reality is, all we want to do as husbands is make you happy. And if you tell us that we're making you happy when we come home, and you say, you know what, you're my knight in shining armor, or whatever it is you say, I love you, I'm so glad you're home, you really take good care of me, do you think it would be okay? We know we're making you happy. And if you contrast that to what she used to do a long time ago, she would say, I'm done, I can't take it anymore, I'm leaving. I didn't feel like she was happy. I didn't feel like she was fulfilled. It didn't make me feel like I was making her happy, and I was frustrated too. But because she changed that approach, it made a huge difference for us. So the secret is out, ladies. Try it. I think you'll be surprised by the reaction of your husbands. And I can tell you this, from my experience and from our experience in our home, she gets what she wants. She gets a break anytime she needs it, because I know she needs it, and I'm making her happy because I'm there for her. So the tip for the day, the point of today's message is this: reframe how you treat your spouse, and you can pretty much get what you want. And you can even probably take advantage of it. I think sometimes my wife does that. Again, I don't care. I care that she's happy. And when she says, I love you, you make me happy, you're a good husband, would it be all right if I? The answer is always yes. So try that. See how it works. Hopefully that's helpful. And have a great evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.